What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you guys are already family, again, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see by the title of this video, we're going to be doing the fake friends video. You probably clicked on this video because you have some kind of tingly feeling or some kind of thought or emotion that makes you feel like you might have a fake friend in your midst or in your space, in your atmosphere. To start off by saying, before you start cutting people off, you know, because they have like one or maybe two of these traits, I would say try and work it out. Some friendships are meant to be worked out, but if you like go to someone and you try and work something out or tell them how you feel, there's no change or you kind of just don't care, then that's when that will be categorized as a fake friend and not a friend. Because friends, you go through stuff, so it's not going to be easy. It's about creating a relationship and continuing to choose to create that relationship. I just wanted to say also that the biggest thing that I've learned moving forward was that God gives you grace and He forgives you all the time. So why don't we forgive people? Say this: because you forgive someone doesn't mean you have to let them back in your space or back into your life. Just forgive them and move on separately. And this is another thing. Everybody, something my mom used to tell me when I was younger is that everybody is not your friend. That's something that has stuck with me over the years, not necessarily in every relationship, because I was giving some people more than 3 and 4 and 5 chances, but people will really show you who they are, and not everybody is your friends. You have to categorize people with who they are. Time does not matter for friendships. Like, people love to say, like, I've been friends with somebody for 10 and 15 years. That doesn't mean that y'all friendship was ever healthy those 10 or 15 years. It doesn't really matter about time. Your friend that you met a week ago could be a better friend than the friend that you had 10 years ago. The first sign that you can tell that someone is not really your friend is that when you can't be yourself around them. Feel like you can't tell them anything, like you walking on eggshells all the time, like you can't speak about certain stuff with them because you feel like they're gonna judge you or go tell somebody your business. But you should be able to talk to your close friends about things going on with you and how you feel and stuff like that. So if you ever feel like you're walking on eggshells with somebody, no, no, no. If you feel like they're gonna judge you about, no, because that's not how friends are supposed to act toward each other. They're supposed to be supportive. Once I feel like I get a judgy, feeling off of you, that's a no-go for me. The second one is that they copy you. You'll know if somebody is copying you. Like, for example, if somebody, like, you tell somebody you want to start a certain business, like one of your friends, and they're like, why? It's like oversaturated. Or they say any like little comment or something, or be like, or try to be funny about it. But then you see this person 6 months, a year later doing the same exact thing that they just told you or had something like funny to say about it. That's because like you're an influence to them, you're their friend. Of course, like I said, you're supposed to like be inspired by your friends and stuff like that. But as far as like copying them, no. We are individual people coming together and we all bad. So dressing like you all the time, you get a hairstyle 2 days later, same person's getting that hairstyle. I don't know. Sometimes that kind of scares me. It makes me feel like you don't have your own personality, if that makes any sense. Like, I actually had a friend like this a few years ago, like three some years ago, um, who did not, she would just like pull stuff from everybody else. Like, and some of my friends started to notice, like, she would like pull from each of us and like combine it to make her personality, if that make any sense. Friends that copy you, they want to be you on a low key, and that's actually not safe. That's and then they'll accuse you later on of copying them. More down the line somewhere, they're gonna accuse you of copying them. The third one is that they're competitive. Whatever you tell them, they have to tell you, they have to one up you. For example, you got promoted at your job, you tell your friends, like, you're excited to tell your friends, like, yeah, I got promoted at work or whatever. Oh, girl, I got promoted 2 months ago and they gave me a raise. We wasn't even talking about you. They see you as competition, even if you're seeing them as a friend. And that's dangerous. People get set up and stuff like that because you'll think somebody is actually your friend and they're really not. They're really not. They're secretly competing with you, probably wishing you bad. That's not somebody you want around you. You shouldn't see your friend as any competition anyway. You should want to eat with them. You should want them to eat with you. And whenever they have accomplishments, you should want to celebrate their accomplishments like they're your accomplishments. Like we should start celebrating each other's birthdays to like how we would celebrate our own birthdays. That not everybody understands or not everybody gets, but birthdays are actually a big thing with me. So like I'm pretty sure they're a big thing with everybody else. Your birthday is the one time of the year that you feel like you really could be celebrated. It's your birthday. The next one would be number 4 would be that they're quiet about your accomplishments. See, I was just talking about this actually. Um, if they don't give you the praise for your accomplishments when you tell them about it, like I had somebody tell me that when I got married, like she was like, I didn't think I had to spell congratulations out to you. You're one of my best friends. I got confused. That is a sign of a hater. Okay? But let it be something that's bad that's happening to you. They want to know all about it. Extra, 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 extra. You know? Like leave them alone. Number 5, they hang out with people that don't like you. That is not okay. You know that they don't like me type of thing and we don't get along and you're one of my best friends. You shouldn't be hanging out with them because 9 times out of 10 I'm going to come up in the conversation. And most of the time people don't close down conversations of their friends. It depends on what's going on. Like if you're sitting there and you're like, "Okay, I'm listening," and you never hang out with this person again, it's because you learn like this is how they feel about my friend. But if you knew this and you continue to hang out with these people, that's a no-go on friendships. You either can be friends with them or you can be friends with me. It's no in the middle type of thing. It's no gray area for me. No, me and this person has had a problem. You're kicking it at their house on the weekends, drinking it up. I'm not gonna snip. That has happened actually. That's happened. A lot of people will be wondering why they last time talking to me was the last time that they was talking to me. Y'all example, 2 years ago, one of my closer friends, child, she had the nerve to tell me that somebody was still like my man, but you're friends with me. You're friends with me. You come to my house. You kick it with me. But you're in this person's face that likes my nigga. I'm pretty sure you didn't say anything about that. Like that was my last time talking to her. Like, I can't trust you because you felt comfortable enough to be able to sit around these people and let them tell you something like this and you still kick it with them. Let that person go. It's not good. This new generation to have you being like thinking like, yeah, I can be friends with everybody. I don't even trust people who are friends with everybody. Please pick a side and have 2 seats. Number 6, they embarrass you or they let you embarrass yourself. So you're going out and your wig is lifted and they don't tell you your wig is lifted. Oh, baby, you got to cut them off. You got to cut them off because they don't care about you at all. You can't see yourself all day. Other people do see you. So if you're kicking it with your friend, and they be like, oh, I didn't notice. Stop playing. You and your girlfriend are out somewhere and there's a guy you trying to talk to or something like that, and she just say something that's stupid or in front of everybody else, just say something dumb that doesn't even make sense for you to do. And it don't even have to be she, it can be a he too. That is not your friend. They want to embarrass you. Okay, they trying to embarrass you, and I don't want nobody around me that's gonna try to do stuff like that, like sabotage me like that. Let them go. 7, they use you. They use you. They don't call you for nothing else, but except for want to hang out on the weekends. They don't check in and see how you're doing 6 months. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the type of person that checks in with my friends every day, but I'm gonna check in with you within 3 months. I feel like real friends are gonna do that. Not all friends talk to each other every day, and I'm not that kind of person. If you feel like you got to talk to me every day, it's not gonna work because sometimes I don't answer because I don't. My social meter be low. Another example I wanted to use as using you is say for example y'all go out whenever y'all stop by like a little fast food restaurant or something like that. Um, you're the one that's always paying for some reason. Like you don't mind because it's your friend, but they always come with an excuse. Oh, I left my wallet at home, or oh, you're not even making no effort. Be like, I got $2. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not even making no effort. And most of the time, who's leaving the house without some type of form of money, whether it's on their phone, their cash app, their card, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's leaving all their stuff in the house? Like, let's be for real. You know, You know, a few times, that's fine. But once it starts to become a habit, you got to stop stuff like that. This is something that can be fixed, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, just make a boundary for people so that they don't cross that, so that you don't feel like you need to be used. That's something that could be worked on. Let them know how you feel. If they decide to want to fix it, good. If not, let it go. Number 8, they're shady, and not all the time, not sometimes. They're really shady. I'm not cool with being friends with people who are shady at all, honestly, because like, why are you so shady all the time? There's this girl. There's actually quite a few, but even some of the men, people are very shady and will make a post about something you've talked to them about, or say, for example, you make a post about something and all of a sudden this friend is making something similar to that, but it's like, or a situation. I'm gonna use a situation that you could be going through, like, and then they just be like, make a generalized post about it. Those people are not your friends. They shady for a reason, because they don't like you. That's the shade. The shade is that they don't like you. So let me put you in the light and let you know that they don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always making generalized posts about people and what they are not. Look in the mirror, you know, like that annoys me. It gives me mean girl, mean guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop that. Especially when y'all be older doing stuff like that. It's weird. It's honestly weird. I don't care who you are in this world. You can feel when somebody is being evil towards you, or somebody is not being genuine towards you. You feel that in your spirit, whether you choose to shed light on it and do something about it and acknowledge that it's there. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Or follow your gut. That's on you. But when you feel stuff like that, more than likely it's true. Like, I'm not saying to run off emotions, but that's the reason you got them, you know? Oh, your body will feel weird, and when you put in situations or put around people who are weird, your body will sense it. Your nervous system will sense it. Your anxiety will go off. Everything, it's like a red alarm, but you sometimes we choose to ignore that because we love people and we want to continue being friends with people. We want to continue, being around people because we do have memories with people. But sometimes, is that really worth it? Like, is that really worth it? The next one is, they always gossip about their other friends or people in their life. Misery loves company. I have realized that, recognized that, because I would just feel so weird about all the people, like, and I was like, man, maybe she's talking about me too to all these other people who are telling me these business. And sometimes I would try to close the conversation like, well, nothing we can do about that unless you talk to them about it and move forward. And it would still circle around. When it circles back around to that, it's like, it's not a healthy, it's a trauma bond at this point, and it's not. Some friendships, we have to realize, are trauma bonds. We built them over trauma, and if we don't solve that trauma, it'll continue being that all the time. If we don't set boundaries with our friends, it'll continue being like that all the time, and that's not something that you want. God will remove will remove people from your life sometimes, also because He heard conversations that you did not hear. They never show up for you. You're always there for them, like I said. Like, for example, not showing up for something that's huge to your friend, something that's like really big for your friend, especially if they're like a best friend. To feel like, dang, they're using me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you'll start to notice all the other stuff. One thing on this list will point out a whole bunch of other stuff, which is why I talked about it earlier. Fake friends follow you into the light, believe you in the dark. By Al Hashimi, who will be there for you when you're doing really good. That's what I'm saying. They'll be there for you when you're doing really good. But on those times when you were starting off, they did not support you at all. But once you start to like get big and stuff like that, they want to be up their butts and stuff like that. Like, oh, I know this person. Don't be that kind of person. Don't wait till your friends, get up in order to support your friends. Your friend doesn't support you at all throughout any process of anything that you have going on, whether it's school, whether it's relationship wise, whether it's your business stuff, whether it's anything that you have going on, they're not supporting you. You know what I'm saying? But you always support them. That's not okay. That's a one-sided friendship, and those are bound to fail because one person's going to feel like, man, and you're probably the person, because you look this up, like, that's been like, man, I'm kind of tired and sick of tired of this. You have to pull their teeth to support you. A like is free. Y'all are on social media all day. You need to leave those people alone. They see it, they don't support it. You need to leave those people alone. I said likes are free. 99. A comment is free. A share is free. Number 11, they're jealous. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with a jealous friend before, but it turns into envy real fast. For example, you get a new job and they're gonna be low key shady. They're gonna be like, oh, that little, that's jealousy. Little, when you throw little on anything that your friends are doing, that is shady. That's shady. That's jealousy. That's pettiness. That's corny. And you know that you're doing it, beloved. So, and then when you say something to them about it, they kind of switch it up. I don't joke with my friends in a way that's like hating on them. You say something. Some people would like to disguise their hate as jokes for real. The next one is that they're sneaky. If you have to sneak and do stuff as far as like hanging out with people, I had a friend that used to that I'm not cool with her anymore, but she used to hide her stories from me. And the only reason that I knew was because when we were sitting with our other friends and they're looking at the story, and I'm like, that's weird. I didn't see that today. Click on it, nothing. You don't even. I will block you from stuff like that. Like you get blocked from stuff like that. Tell them stop that. 13, never compliment you. When something looks wrong on you, they'll definitely say something. But never say your friend, you look at me like, oh, you too. That's low key shade, and that's not your friend. That's low key shade, and that's not your friend. Period. 14 is this is the one I was talking about earlier. Everyone is telling you they are not your friend. Your mom, you know what I'm saying? Your significant other, your other friends, family members. Because, if this person's really a friend, you're going to bring them around your family, your family. And this person is not your friend, just believe, just more than likely believe it. Because, like, I don't, at this point in life, I don't take chances as far as that anymore. I'm good. I don't want to take any more chances. My mom said that you off, baby, you off. And that's it. You got to go. 15. This is the last one I'm gonna do because I'm not gonna do the other 5. Maybe I'll do them in another video. But 15, they pressure you to do stuff knowing that you don't like to do that. Like drinking or say smoking or something like that. They pressuring you to go. You're not a club person, but they want to. I'm not going. I'm not one of those type of people who can even be pressured though. But if you're one of those people who can be peer pressured into doing something that you do not want to do, set that boundary and say no. You know what I'm saying? Like, just try your hardest to say no. But you shouldn't even be being friends with people who put you in compromising situations and who want to do, not necessarily want to do stuff. You can go find somebody else to do it or do it by yourself. You don't necessarily have to drag me into doing that with you, knowing that I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable because it's no boundary. That can be fixed too. You have to create boundaries. Some of these things that I said can be fixed with boundaries and actually talking to people and trying to come up with a plan on how you guys can fix your relationship and stuff like that and go forward with your relationship. But some stuff is just a no-go. Some stuff is just like, for your safety, don't put yourself in certain situations. If you see a friend with a red flag, please stop ignoring these red flags. Stop ignoring these gut feelings. They might save your life. So be safe, you guys. Love on people still. It can be from a distance, like I said. Categorize people with who they are to you. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that DMX has said, he said, know who your friends are and know them well. And know them to do whatever it is that you know them to do. So if they're like liars, they're stealer, thieves, stuff like that, trust that they're going to do that to you. But I also wanted to give you guys a scripture. You are God's chosen people. You are holy and dearly loved. So put on tender mercy and kindness as if they were your clothes. Don't be proud. Be gentle and patient. Put up with one another. Forgive one another if you are holding anything against someone. Forgive just as the Lord forgave you. And over all these good things, put on love. Love holds them all together perfectly as if they were all one. That's Colossians 3:12 through 14, 13 to 14, excuse me. You don't have to end relationships either on a bad note. It doesn't have to be any like stress. It doesn't have to be like, blasting each other on social media. You can just be like a mutual thing. Like, I feel like we could just move on past this and do opposite things. You know what I'm saying? In a healthy fashion, a healthy way. Everybody's not in your life for the long run. Some people are only in your life for a season and a reason. So sometimes you just have to recognize that and go with the flow. Stay prayed up and make sure that you guys subscribe, like, and comment down there. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm out. Bye.